Hello to anyone that may be here. I'm trying to get the background music to play and it's not working. So I don't think anyone is here, but I'll go ahead and start speaking and I hope that I can be heard because I don't hear the background music, which is really aggravating me at this point. Because I'm new to StreamYard, so that could be the thing. I've had a channel for a long time and I have yet to really use it. I posted some things in the past that I made private, but I just want to welcome to my channel. I'm Mathematical Mommy. That is the name I go by here on YouTube because I wish to not give my personal information. Although, sorry about that. I have a son that's playing a game and he gets really upset when he loses. So I wanted to come on here and discuss the victim mentality. And my reason for this is because just living everyday life, I'm starting to notice the different ways that people use the victim mentality. Um, we all have been through things in our lives where we have suffered trauma. Um, a lot of us have been used. Some were abused as children. Um, some lived in poverty. Some of us had absent parents or parents. And I think that we've taken that and we still built a life for ourselves and we still hold ourselves accountable for our actions and we still do our best to be productive citizens, to be respectful to others, to raise our children properly, to, take care of our household and just to live a productive life and to be respectful to others. But there are some people out here who choose to live in in being that victim. They choose to let that guide them through life instead of choosing positive things to guide them or just choosing God to guide them. And I'm not saying that people have to. I'm not trying to force any belief or religion on anyone. But what I'm saying is that there are people who are living in that victim mentality every day. They will do the worst things to people. They would treat people any kind of way. They would use, they will abuse, they would treat people just like those people treated them that made them become a victim in the first place. And so, and the minute that someone wants to hold them accountable for it, they want to bring up the life they've lived and how they were hurt and how they were abused and how they were neglected and how they were without. So you mean to tell me that you're going to spend your life taking that because you were a victim, you're going to make other victims. You're going to make other people victims because you feel you were a victim. But the thing about that is, don't you guys realize that those same people they can go and find ways to get through that, to pass that. And I'm not saying you have to forget trauma. I'm not saying you have to walk away from your past or because sometimes your past is what makes you strong for your present. But what I'm saying is that you have to choose to not live in victim mentality and allow it to hinder you or to stall your growth in different areas in life. You can't let what happened to you years ago or even a couple years ago or yesterday, you can't let it stop you from building healthy relationships with people. You can't let it stop you from progressing in life because what has happened you can't change. But you can take what you've learned from it and you can move on. You can be productive. You can have great things. You can do great things. You don't have to be stuck in that. I think about, I'm not going to say names of people because I know people and I would never say their names on here, but I know people who dealt with the unthinkable, and I'm not even going to say unthinkable things as children. And they are now happy in healthy relationships. because they chose to. And I know that everybody is not the same, and I get that. But I do believe that some people choose to live in that mentality. They choose to stay there. You know why? Because it gives them an excuse to be who they are. If that's just who you are, then that's just who you are. But you don't use what's happened to you to stay there because it doesn't justify anything. It's very sad to see people who choose to use and people who choose to take for granted people who come along in their lives to support them and to love them. And they take those people and they try to make victims out of them. I think that's very sad because you're missing your blessings like that. You are. I'm a strong believer that happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy or you could choose to live in pity, sadness. But there's so many ways, there's so many strategies you can use to come out of that hole. And I'm not preaching, but one of them is going somewhere where you can congregate with others in a positive atmosphere. You know, sort through what your beliefs are and use those beliefs to help you grow stronger. Some people believe in the universe. That's what you believe in. That's what's going to help you grow in life. Then, hey, by all means, do that. But we have to stop living in victim mentality because what's happening with that is that we're getting a society of people who are out just to hurt, and they're successful at hurting, and there's just a cycle that just continues and continues and continues. Guys, one thing I learned is that we have to be careful out here because a lot of us were raised in love. You know, we grew up with people that loved us, and you have people that were raised up to survive because they lived those types of childhoods where they were made a victim. Someone made them a victim, and they're now trying to survive through life. And so what happens is those people that were raised in love, you come in contact with those people who were raised to survive, and they would just use you because they see your good heart, they see your loving ways. So I wanted to get on here and just say this that if you're one of those people and you live in that victim mentality, ask yourself how many people have come into your life that treated you with respect, love, gave you support. How did you treat them? Did you appreciate them? Or did you just use them and that was it? They got nothing out of the relationship, nothing out of the friendship. You took everything. Is that the way that someone made you feel? Is that the way that you want to feel? Because in this life, you're going to age. And do you want to, one day look back and see that you have no one? I mean, I think that people don't think about that when they're young, the things they do. You know, most of us are gonna, we're gonna get older. And I know for myself, when I get older, I want someone to be there to look after me. There are some people who have children and they've burned bridges with their own children and they won't even be there to look after them. So, it was just something that was on my heart. I'm probably going to get on here a little more and start talking about different topics. Um, I want to say that this I'm not a licensed therapist or anything like that. I am experienced in counseling, but life has taught me a lot, and I have a very wise mother, and I had a very wise grandmother that taught me a lot, and wise aunts and uncles that taught me a lot, and I look back at a lot of things they told me, and even as a child, I didn't want to listen, but those things have really been revealed to me. You know, a lot of things they taught me, and one of those things that they did teach me was everybody is not going to be like you, and that's mainly because everybody has not had the same experiences in life that you've had. So that's where this victim mentality is a part of that. I kind of want to get into um, the narcissist um, studies Um, I did start um, studying psychology in grad school, working on my doctoral degree, but I did not finish at the time. I had so much going on, but I'm thinking about going back. But the one disorder that I did study a lot and I wrote a lot of papers about and did a lot of research on was narcissism, and I actually have had experiences with people with narcissism. So I would like to kind of get into that as well, kind of talk about that. What I would like to do is kind of teach other people those signs, you know, to see early on. And I would like for other people to come up here and share their experiences and everything. I'm hoping to grow my channel because I like to talk to people. I like to hear different opinions. I like to share my thoughts and everything. And so I'm hoping that I can get more people on here so we can have these conversations. I hope everyone has a blessed Easter. Please excuse my son in the background. Um, he said he was gonna go sit and be quiet, but of course that didn't happen. But it's okay. I won't be talking about anything on here that he can't hear. Um, that's just what it is. It's what I choose to do. So if you do come across this, please live it. Please comment. And I ask that you be respectful. I'll be respectful as well. I'm never gonna, come on here and disrespect anyone. I mean, if someone does come on here and be disrespectful, then I may have to just, take, block them from the channel. But I don't want to do that. I want to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions. And hopefully I can grow this channel to where on the live I can bring people up and we can have some discussions because I would like to hear other people's views and hear about their experiences. So I want to wish you all a happy Easter and wish you all nothing but blessings, peace, and love. Have a blessed one. Thank you for coming to my channel.